I'm Cato Gooding, owner and operator of Gooding Services. I've done work all around the city of Flores Park, but there's a reason why we're based out of Shadow Valley. The city has its police force and Alpha Corps. It even has superheroes that patrol the streets. They're more than capable of dealing with various threats. Shadow Valley is full of hard-working, honest people. It's unfortunate that the city acts like you don't even exist. And that's why we're here. Let's be honest, the city allocates little resources for Shadow Valley. That's why they're so late to respond to issues. Good people deserve good service. For our great citizens, we provide it all. From firefighting to criminal investigations, you can count on Gooding Services.
Gooding Services has a bundle for all budgets. You can be fully protected with emergency response for just $49.99.
What's up, everybody? Hope y'all are doing well. It is officially Rippaverse Day. Man, it has been a crazy morning. A whole lot of stuff going on. I want to thank all of you. We've put out so much content earlier this morning already. Not just the video that, I did the couple of days before, which I also uploaded on my channel, but you also have some of the fan videos that we obviously shared with you all. We have some cool comic strips that have been shared as well by various members of our team, and some more of those will be dropping. Little comic strips will be dropping here soon over the next couple of hours. So thanks to you all. It is the 2-year anniversary of the Rippaverse. We launched officially with ISOM #1 on July the 11th. I believe that was 2022. And since then, we've got over, 150,000 books sold, well over 150,000 books sold, closing in on probably closer to 175,000, but almost $10 million in total sales, which is crazy to think about. And it's just been an awesome last couple of years. We've been obviously so productive. I want to give a big shout out to my team that has been here. We have newbies. We've had guys that have been around for a long time, even since before the Rippaverse, people that were already members of the community, or they were doing video editing for me, social media. Guys that I were paying went from part-time, now full-time, and it's been awesome to watch this thing grow in the way that it has. It's been a big blessing too, man. Look, you guys know I thank you all the time, but I'm always talking about how blessed I am to be in this position. I recognize that this isn't normal. I recognize this is something that it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and that's why I take it so serious, and that's why I work so incredibly hard. I know people respond to especially initial success in various ways. You see it all the time, guys. A lot of people can't handle it. You got people that piss the money away. You get people that get addicted to the fame and end up ruining themselves over it. So people respond to success differently, man. And it's one of those that I guess I kind of worked my way to be in this position. Not kind of. I started the Rippaverse, obviously, in my early 30s. And it was one of those things that it's almost like I worked to get here to this position. And what I mean by that, not just in like the hard work that I've done over the past years, but this isn't my first creative project. It's not my first business either. And it's just like there was mistakes that I've obviously made along the way. There were things that I did right that I wanted to make sure that I wanted to improve upon in various things that I did, with music and other things. And we all got here, Rippaverse. And I took all the knowledge that I gained over the years, and we made it happen, and here we are. So I like to think of myself as prepared to be in this position. But teamwork makes the dream work is what the old saying is. Something like this doesn't happen unless you have awesome people that are all like-minded, goal-oriented, and that's that they want to see the Rippaverse succeed. You know, we have very low turnover with this company. A lot of guys that you have seen that are front-facing especially have been here since the jump. They want to be here, and you need people like that make things operate. We get you guys commenting on our customer service team, and a lot of that is just these guys want to be here. They take it serious, and it all starts with obviously myself. I have to set the tone. Like, how can I anticipate that other people are going to work hard if you're not? Definitely as the owner. So I always work hard. I always try to lead by example to the best of my ability. I also entrust these people that are in these positions, various positions, creative positions, operations, whatever that they do. I make sure that they, I obviously trust them. I wouldn't put them in the position if I didn't trust them. I don't micromanage them. I trust them to do their jobs, and they do a phenomenal job. So it is very much it's an individual, albeit collective. I guess you have a bunch of individuals individually doing their jobs, and collectively, that's how you get the Rippaverse. But it all starts with hard work. So I want to thank all of the fans, all the supporters. I want to thank all of the people that have come by, show love. Not everybody gets every book. So whether you got ISOM 1, whether Gooding's more your thing, whether you more of a, Yaira fan, or you think that Horseman is going to be something that's going to be your first Rippaverse book, I don't care. All of you guys that support us, we do appreciate you so much. So thank you. So let's talk about the sale in itself. I'm going to be a lot more interactive. This will be a shorter stream, obviously. This isn't even a For Canon's Sake episode. I'm just using the overlay, so never mind that. So the Rippaverse Day sale is now live. If you go over to rippaverse.com/Rippaverse-Day, you will be able to see the Rippaverse collection that we have live right now, the Rippaverse Day collection. And in that collection, you will find a lot of items that maybe you have missed out on. We have even cover A of ISOM number 1, which usually is not for sale unless you appear at a con. So we have that. We have cover B as well. Cover C, which, obviously is always available, but you can get the signed version of it. The signed version of cover C, cover B, as well as signed cover A's that we had left over are all in there. We got cover C as well, that full copy of ISOM number 2. We got the CGC version of the Rippaverse magazine that you can grab right now. We have the wrong graphic on that. I don't know if my team is there. If someone can go on the back end and correct that. Who do I have in there? Andrew, if you can reach out to either Carol or Alex. They know how to do that because we have just a base version of it instead of the CGC copy for the signed and graded deal. So I see Andrew's on it. Appreciate that. Again, hard workers. These guys are always on it. We have the cards, Document card set number 1 and 2 available for you. There's set number 1. There's set number 2. We have Yaira signed copies as well that will be going out. I know we still have some that are going out from the campaign. Those are rolling in. We got some already. We got, I think the finals should be here towards the latter half of next week, maybe early the week following. But either way, in the next couple of weeks, all the CGCs will be out for sure. Concept art book. You don't see many of those because we don't sell that many. We don't have that many. Original concept art book is there as well. So just a lot of items basically are here in the Rippaverse Day sale. The Rippaverse Day collection that you may have missed out on. So this is your opportunity. We got a lot of new customers. A lot of guys came out and supported through ISOM number 2. Maybe Alpha Core was your first book. Maybe even Yaira was your first book. And you didn't have an opportunity to get some of the first items that we had ever released. No longer for sale. Well, this is your opportunity right here. They will only be ready for or be available for purchase for the next 10 hours. So 10 hours, this thing is shutting down. You got to get lucky again. So go grab those at the Rippaverse Day collection. You can get access to it from the homepage. You can also go to the collections little tab, or you can just go to rippaverse.com/collection, or /Rippaverse-Day to go get this and take advantage of it. Also, we are having a sale, 30% off of select merchandise items. That is not every single merchandise item, not every single item as well, but there are some books, there are certain covers that you can get of even Yaira, that you'll be able to get 30% off. It's not every cover, it's not every book. Obviously, all of the collection items, Gooding as well, all the collection items that are in the Rippaverse Day that doesn't apply. But some of our merchandise item that sits in the store, you will be able to get 30% off of that. So go take advantage of that. Just enter the coupon code Rippaverse Day. That's Rippaverse Day, one word. I have it pinned in the comment section. I have it in the description. I also have it in the title. Use promo code Rippaverse Day. That will expire in 10 hours, guys. 10 hours. So be sure to grab that. Rippaverse Day sale is live. Only 10 hours left. Is your opportunity to really get in on some merchandise items. I mean, you get that Yaira shirt for what, like $3, bros, right now. If you use that promo code Rippaverse Day, the Rippaverse hoodie is on sale with 30% off. You can take advantage of that. We just got hella items that are going to be going out. So be sure to grab that. We already have sold, which is crazy to me, over $22,000 in total sales for the Rippaverse Day collection. So head over to Rippaverse.com/Rippaverse-Day. Click on the homepage. Maybe if you just go to Rippaverse.com, but go grab those, man. Whole lot of items that you can take advantage of in the Rippaverse Day sale, the Rippaverse Day collection, as well as taking advantage of some of those store items. The hat has been marked down to some markdown items, the hat being one of those, so you can go grab that. Don't ever say I haven't done anything for you. A lot of people say that they're working on the sale. They're waiting on a sale. They say, hey, when some items going to be marked down? Well, this is your opportunity. Don't say I never did nothing. This is your opportunity to take advantage. You can get a lot of merchandise, 30% off, man. That's a lot. So go grab whatever shirts, hats, posters, hell. Again, some of the books cover C, I Some One, I believe you can take advantage. I believe. I don't have the master lists off the top of my head, but there's a bunch of stuff that you're gonna be able to take advantage of. All you got to do is just click, or you enter that promo. Enter the promo code COMOPOD. Yeah, let's go with that. Enter the promo code Rippaverse Day, one word, at checkout, and if your items are eligible, you will see 30% be marked off. So go check that out. So thank you guys so much, showing all the love. Almost, 25,000. We might actually already be at 25,000. I have no idea, because this doesn't update in real time. It takes a little bit. So thanks. Go to Rippaverse.com. Get your items now. Yes, I am a salesman. I have to be. You know what I'm saying? I have to be. And also, a lot of y'all asking me, as I just was saying, when's the sale gonna happen? Andrew just confirmed we're creeping up. So yes, it hasn't updated. He just confirmed that we are almost at 26,000. I gotta be a salesman. So go buy some shit, I guess is all I'm trying to say. Why not? Matter of fact, I'm gonna go look real time. Let's see how them sales coming through. Let's take a look. Well, I'm obviously not gonna show y'all, but I'm actually just curious. Oh yeah, lots of them coming in right now. So yeah, some of them may end up selling out. Make sure you understand that. We're just putting up. We always make sure when we do campaigns, yes, there's going to be sales and there's going to be specialty things, but we never want to oversell during the campaign. We never want to do that. So we make sure that, we'll have our copies. We'll announce the print copies, for example. Those print copies will always be the print copies. That'll never change, but we just make sure to account for damages and whatnot, that we don't, obviously, if I get 2,100 copies of a given cover printed, I don't want to put up for sale 2,100 of them, because you got to account for random things, damages, and all that sort of stuff. And also, we got to have something to sell when we go to these cons. So we always, like every other month, Brandon and his team, they're doing inventory, making sure that we know what our numbers are. And then on occasion, if we do have that surplus, we make sure we put those up for sale, either at a con or something like that, or a special time. So yeah, there you go. Like right now, Rippaverse Day. So go to Rippaverse Day, or go to Rippaverse.com/Rippaverse-Day, or you can just go to Rippaverse.com and make sure that you get in on this sale, 30% off select merchandise items. But man, it's been a crazy 2 years, huh? Been insane. We think about like just how much. I have a story that I'm going to go through here in a little bit. You know, I always talk about how people love to bring up the amount of money that we brought in, but I've turned down probably as much money and opportunity as we've made, because I want to do it my way. I want to do it in the line of our Rippaverse ethics. I want to do it in line of a comic book company that plans to be here for the long haul. And sometimes that means that you don't just take the first offer, the second offer, or you don't take an offer at all, depending on what that may be. Because you want to make sure, like, this is the thing. Rippaverse is I'm 100% owner. Again, I have a story that I'm going to talk to you guys about here in a little bit. But I'm the owner, the only owner. There is no board that can kick me out of any of this shit. It's just us, or me, for that matter. We want to keep it that way. Someone said in the chat the link goes to a page not found. Where? What link are you referring to? Oh yeah, you're right. What the hell? Let me. Good call on that. I'm gonna do another one real quick. Why did that happen? Let me edit this real quick, and then I'll copy another one. What happened there? How did that end up going to? Yeah, it's the same damn thing. So how did that get messed up? I think I know why. Hold on. Okay. I'm going to pin this real quick and replace pin message. And let's see if that works. Yep, that works. Okay. Good call on that. Appreciate that feedback. Got it corrected. So, yeah. It's in the description. Pinned comment if you're watching this live. It's in also the title. As far as the Rippaverse Day promo code, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want nobody hitting me up at 12:01 a.m. Central Time. Hey, man, I just learned about the sale. I was procrastinating, man. Can you put that thing back up for sale? I ain't trying to hear none of that. I want her next week. Hey man, when you gonna put some items for sale, man? I got a lot of stuff I see in the store I like. I want to get in on it. I ain't trying to hear it. Don't ever say I ain't do nothing for you right now. I gave you a full day to take advantage of 30% off of a whole lot of items. But it's also a thank you for all of the awesome customers, guys that have been around. On a serious note, giving you an opportunity to get some items that you may have missed out on. And again, it's also about new stuff, right? We have our items that are there. This company is going to continue to grow. We're going to keep putting out merchandise items. There's going to be shirts. We got some things planned. I got a little summer collection that I want to come out for you guys. I know people have asked about the tank tops. How the hell, July, you wear a tank top in every goddamn video. Why have you not sold us any tank tops, sleeveless shirts? What the fuck's the deal? I'm working on it. So we have that we want to do. We got new short boxes that we want to put out. Just all kinds of stuff that we want to do. And because we're no longer relying on the campaign format, we can do it. We can finally do it. So that means that we move forward. It also means that as we move forward, you guys got to get in where you fit in, right? I'm not going to be going crazy with prints. I'm not going to be going crazy with prints of shirts, stuff like that. It's going to be one of those like, hey, get them now, get them early, because once they sell out, we're moving on to the next thing. So don't say I've never done anything for you. 30% off. Use promo code RIPAVERSEDAY. 30% off. 30% off. For select items, not everything. Stuff in the collection, no. But in the collection, in the Ripaverse Day collection, there will be a lot of items that you may have missed out on. So make sure you go to ripaverse.com and get in on that. Know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's been a crazy 2 years though. It's a lot has happened, a lot has changed. Well, my life, like, completely. I always say that because I mean that it has changed, quite literally. You know, my day-to-day looks a lot differently than what it did prior to me doing my thing with Ripaverse. You know, once I started putting pen to pad and myself and obviously you had Cliff and Gabe as well. And as we were banging this project out before y'all even knew anything about it, it was just crazy how my life was just changing even then. But then once I got validated, once the company hit $1 million in 30 hours, once that thing happened, it was like, okay, now for sure, whatever life you thought you were living, you have to pivot on. Because now you own a $1 million business that quickly became a multi-million-dollar business. And that looks differently than a guy just streaming in his room, in his studio, talking to a bunch of people about what's happening in mainstream entertainment. You see, now you're creating your own original content, and that comes with a lot of work and a lot of it's just so much that you don't see. I think I talk about it, but it's easy to get tricked because you get used to something happening, right? So now 4 books that have been out. I mean, I don't know how many items that we've sold. I mean, we've sold quite literally hundreds of thousands of individual items, right? So between books, right, all these different covers, there's a lot of work that goes into actually creating the book, but then delivering it as well, because we are on the distributor, right? I mean, technically. I mean, we're shipping and doing all this stuff. So it's a lot of work that goes into that and that you don't see. A lot of conversations being had. And that's why I, again, stepped away from streaming as much as I had been doing in the past. I don't stream every day anymore. I stream a couple of times, a couple of hours, and I'm out. Back to work. A lot of conversations being had, a lot of negotiations being had, a lot of emails being said, a lot of writing, a lot of editing. It's just so much that I do. And then you got everything else. You know, Brandon's got an entire warehouse to run, man, employees. That's actually if you talk about an individual department, you know, in that part of the operations, that's where most of the payroll is going to go. We got to get the orders out. You know, there's a lot of time and effort that goes into that. And it's just hard work. It's nonstop. You know, I stayed up till making sure this collection got off the ground, stayed up to, 2 a.m. my time, got up early, made sure we're rocking and rolling. That's how this stuff works. It's just a lot of work that goes into this. And why wouldn't it be that way? You know, if I was not taking it serious, then that's what I would do. I would keep streaming every day. I would do all that because, I know, definitely having experienced it. Dude, it's not enough time in the day. If you want to be productive, especially as a publisher, it's not enough time in the day to be streaming every day. It's just not. You can't possibly do that. It's impossible if you're involved in the operations, obviously. But it's just a lot of work that has to get done. And if you want to be productive like we are, we got 4 books. Think about it. That's what the point I was making. I know I kind of went on a tangent there. But you look at how many books we got. We got ISOM 1, ISOM 2, Yaira number 1, Alpha Core number 1. That have come out, right? That's in 4 years. If you want to include launching of Gooding, which is going to start fulfilling at the end of this month, that's 5, right? If you would just include those, right? That's 5 in basically 2 years. Again, if you want to just say within the month. If you want to just consider all of July part of the 2 years, right? 5 books. That's not including the concept art and art book or the Joe Bennett art book and all that stuff, though that requires work, pre-press, everything that goes into that as well. But that's 5 books, right, that we put out. I don't know how many merchandise items that we've put out between the CGCs, signed copies as well, And then you got all the shirts that we put out and everything, all the cool things that we've done, short box that we've done, hoodies and beanies and hats and all that stuff. There's just a lot of stuff that we've put out. And it only gets to the customers if we take the stuff serious enough. And that's a lot of just stuff that we've done within 2 years. And a lot of that 2 years, definitely that first year period, a lot of that was growth. So even if I wanted to put out stuff, I couldn't, because we had to grow with our demand, right? Or catch up with our demand, I think is the more accurate way to put that. And what I mean by that is that little warehouse that we had initially wasn't good enough. So we moved on to bigger and better things. Though we still have have our other warehouse, we had to get a bigger one for our main base of operations as well. So we got that, and we had to catch up to that. There was a lot that went into that. You know, people know how, I remember you used to talk about that, how strenuous that was, because we had to build it out, and all the permits and all this other crazy nonsense that we had to deal with. A lot of us that first year was catching up to the demand. And now we finally feel like we've got our footing, right, where we can like start putting out stuff more frequently. We launched Rip of Sin, but also we had Gooding, first collection. Book's going to be out, fulfilled within a month, right? We have Horseman right after that, right? We got Ice Ump 3 on the way. We have Yaira number 2 being worked on right now. We have 2 other books that you guys haven't even heard about. Blood Ruth. It's just so much stuff that's happening right now. We're going to be able to have like a legitimate release schedule. The Ripazine, how could I forget about the Ripazine? There's a lot of work that went into that. Ripazine number 1, Ripazine number 2 will be up for pre-order soon enough. It's all about work. This doesn't happen unless you work. And I suppose that's the best way that I can show you how much I appreciate you. By just giving you more of what you want. And that requires a team effort. And it starts with, obviously, the leadership. And we got a great group of leaderships, including leadership individuals, leaders, if you will, including myself, between Alex and Brandon and Carol. These guys do a great job setting the tone. And then we got a creative team. They do a great job. Everybody does a great job here. And that's the best way to appreciate you. Show you how much we appreciate you is to put stuff out. Give you a fandom to get lost in. And that's what we do. We're going to continue to do that. And I thank you. Can't tell how much I appreciate you. Been two crazy years. We've learned a lot. We've taken our lumps. We've, again, expanded on things that have worked. And we now feel like, yeah, man, we are rocking and rolling. It's like, I don't want to say smooth sailing. It's as smooth as a business can go. There's always going to be things that come up day to day. But there's so much that we've worked on, man, and so much that we've done to grow, man. And, man, I'm just so appreciative of each and every one of you, man. I really am. Thank you, guys. Seriously. I'm excited, man. Got Gooding on the way, man. We got Horseman about to drop. Right after that, we got so many cool things that we're going to be doing for you guys, like I talked about with the summer collection. We already are working on short box number 2, Ripazine number 2. Like, I want this to be the one-stop shop for some of y'all's form of entertainment. Not everybody. Some people are going to be like, hey, I just got a couple of titles that I keep up with. That's all good. Not saying that I'm knocking you for that. I appreciate you nonetheless. I especially appreciate those of you that you're like, hey, man, keep it coming. This is how I nerd out. A lot of you guys have met each other, become friends, and you're starting to nerd out about the universe. We got a universe to build. We're at the beginning stages. We got work to do. It's just a lot of work to do. And I can't show you better than just putting stuff out. It's a grind. It's a constant grind. And I know I sacrificed some things. I told y'all about like my channel and stuff and how, you know, it's different. I don't anticipate that everybody's going to love this version of me that's focused on creating his own thing, so he's not streaming as much. I chime in on things when I can, and I give you my opinion and my takes, but I'm not like, most of my time is not going to be on other people's stuff. Like, that's just not a good use of my time. Most of my time and focus and energy and effort is going to be with Rippaverse. So things look a little look a little different, and maybe some people are like, I'm not necessarily in the comics, I'm more so in the commentary. You're not giving me that as much as you used to, so maybe you find something else that'll suffice. Not knock you, I totally get that. But right now, man, we grind, and I keep working, and the channel, I'm more worried about growing like my own company in Rippaverse than I am like my own YouTube presence and shit. Like, I appreciate the guys that obviously made this happen, and we'll continue to, we stream on occasion, we do the show, and we'll continue to do that, right? It still means something, right? But sinking 2 hours at a time, maybe a couple of times during the day, streaming, like, that's just not a good use of my time anymore. Not anymore. So I appreciate those of you that are understanding, and I, of course, appreciate all the new fans of the Rippaverse, which is growing, because we are at the beginning stages. So I thank you so much. We know that there's a lot of outside noise. It's just not anything that we focus on because it's not important. I don't make Rippaverse material for people that despise either me or someone that works within the company, or the way that we approach business. We make it for the people that are into it, and that's how it should be, because you're the guys that actually pay the money, and you're the guys that make this thing go round. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to all of you. I love you to death. So appreciative of all of your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, I did want to give a holler to, let me show y'all some of this stuff real quick. I'm gonna go to the Rippaverse page actually, and you guys can see how we have here some of the cool strips that we're putting out throughout the day. Lots of cool things that we're doing. We have the first one by Kanan here. Love this. Got Shadran Bloodroot there. We got my man's Igor, Kanan, and Marcos. We have one that Marcos himself did, which is really, really funny. We have a few more that'll be dropping today as well, so be on the lookout for that. Yes, a fun day. So we got 10 hours left. Actually, under 10 hours now. Rippaverse.com, excuse me. Use the promo code Rippaverse Day for 30% off select items. Let me get to some of the super chats, because I do see that some of y'all are showing some love. Shout out. We have Barbecue Pits with a 10 says, nigga, you still in your early 30s. Well, I am. I get that. What I was saying is that, like, I wasn't saying that to say like I'm like fucking 50 now. I was bringing that up to say that, I did a lot of other stuff before. Like, so, the journey, right, was when in my early 30s as far as the Rippaverse starts. But during my 20s especially, I was doing other stuff. That was the point I was making. He says, thank you for giving me the opportunity to purchase a signed copy of ISOM 1 Cover A and the art book for the first campaign. I missed out on those first time. Appreciate that. And you got it. Yeah, man, we had those base signed copies, raw signed copies. Someone did bring up that, when are you going to do a signature series for the Rippaverse, the ISOM 1 items? I don't know. Maybe that's something at a cool collection happens. I don't know. But now, again, we're not relying on campaigns. We get to do that. So if I woke up tomorrow and I said, hey, fuck it, do it live. Signature series on Rippaverse books. Or, like ISOM 1 books. And we just do that. Shout out to you, man. Glad you got your opportunity in, man, to get some of those signed copies as well as that concept art book, which we don't have many of those. And once they gone, they gone. Those are not going to be reprinted. Dom H, neither is ISOM 1 Cover A or B. Dom H with a 10 gifted subs. I appreciate that. We got Master Swag King with a 2 says, sup, brother, buying all of your comics and reviewing them. Much love, and I appreciate that, homie. Javi, nobody the something says, is the code Chris or Andrew Cuomo? No, it's a promo, not Cuomo code. Promo code Rippaverse Day for 30% off select items. We got Willie. Jack Black with a 10 says, add a Rippaverse card holder binder and I'll surely buy it. Yeah, our printers are looking into that. We're looking into some options to try to make sure that we're not breaking the bank on that. We got Major Chaotic with a $1. Thank you. Says, no, it's a sticker. Appreciate that, homie. And we have Slade Lawton with a 2 says, Rippaverse Day on my birthday. One solid day for me. Well, shout out to you. We got Rim Dog with a 5 star. Recommend Vince Russo to write some stories featuring your wrestlers. Razorfist knows I'm gonna get some swag. Okay. Mike has bad knees with a 5 says, to be truly successful, you have to stream 6 hours a night talking about other indies. There's no other way. Oh man. Shout out Mike has bad knees. I got to meet him in Denver. Awesome dude, man. Shout out to you. Jeremy with a 7 months says, congratulations on the 2-year Rippaversary. Thank you so much for that. Love to see you here as always, homie. We got Johnny Red with a 2 says, next book that will have CGCs. Maybe Horseman. I'm not gonna commit him to it. We did talk about it, and he said he was down, but we got to nail down a date, and that's a process with Chuck, and not just a process with Chuck. It's a process more or less with like just the logistics of it all. We got to get him out here. We got to have him sign it. We got to send him CGC, and we're waiting on CGC and all that stuff. So perhaps. Uzaru with the 12 months says, 2 unannounced books. Norfolk, he says. We'll have to see. Joking Lee with 19 months says, happy Rippaversary. Shout out to you, homie. We have Kaylee or Kalioth with a 10 says, keep up the awesome content. Are you aware of a seller of original art for your books on eBay? Would love to support actual artists. Is it legit? I have no idea if there are some of the guys that have the like various artists, cover artists. It just depends on who they are. We haven't like personally sold them, so that would have to be validated by the creators that are doing the actual original art for some of the books, artwork for the books. I don't know if you're talking about Cliff. I don't know if you're talking about like Joe or something. They may actually be selling those. I'm not exactly sure, but that's going to be on them to validate it. It's not going through us. They maintain the ability. We worked that in all our contracts. They maintain the ability to be able to do that if they want. So I can't tell you if it's legit though, because that's like I said, that's not going through us. Alex with a 13 months says, congrats, Ripper. I can't wait for Gooding. Shout out to you. Much love, homie. Can't wait for you to get it. We got Saul for X with a 2 says, will Rippaverse ever get some monster villains? You already got one. And I saw him too. Remember? Let me pull this up real quick, by the way, because I do not have this pulled up on my own deal. Like I said, I have a story I'm going to go with you or go through with you guys here soon. Really cool story. Well, I don't want to say it's cool. It's more or less the conversation I think is worth having. But yeah, obviously you have, you even got another one in Yara #1, now that I'm thinking about it, in Magus Newmite. So they exist. Luke with a 20 says, Jesus saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. Godspeed, Ripper. Appreciate that 20, homie. That ain't cheap. Appreciate the good word as well. Shout out. We got Johnny Red with a 2 says, July 11th, 2025, RipperCon in Dallas. Interesting. Emily with a 2 says, and shout out to you, Emily says, happy 2-year anniversary. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. All the newbies, all the people that got there from day one, no matter when you get in, I appreciate you. I really do. I really do. Appreciate y'all. So again, making my pitch, Rippaverse.com. If you head there, you go to the collection page, you will see a collection that says Rippaverse Day. And if you click on that collection, you will see items that if you are late to the party, you may have missed out on, or perhaps you weren't late to the party, you just didn't get in on some of the items when they were available, such as some of the older CGC copies, some of the Item 1 copies that are no longer for, we don't sell those day to day. We only sell them specialty, like at cons and stuff. You can take advantage of them, but you got 9 hours left. So be sure to head over to Rippaverse.com and take advantage of that collection. We also have in our store, select items are 30% off if you use promo code Rippaverse Day. That's one word, Rippaverse Day. Use that promo code and you will get 30% off select merchandise, as well as some of the books items. So be sure to take advantage of that because you got one day, and don't ever say that I haven't done anything for you. Logan with a Logan. Wait a minute, I can't see that full name. It says Logan Coaster something with a 2, and he says, "Do you worry about diminishing return?" I'm not sure what you mean by that, but no. I mean, as long as we keep thriving and selling product to the people that are willing to buy, we'll be all right. We just have to give people what they want. That can be said for any business. Any business is going to operate as such, as how it should be, unless you're like subsidized by the government or some mega corporation. You don't have the luxury of not, giving customers what they want. So, the success or failure is going to be determined by, our ability to keep our customers engaged. So, no, I don't worry about that at all because I think we have a great staff of people, great bunch of creators, and we are about as interactive as a company can be as far as having our boots to the ground and ear to the streets and being able to hear feedback from the people that are our actual customers. So, yeah, I don't worry about that at all because I feel like we got the right people for the jobs. Instead of hiring based off of superficial other things, we hire based on, I don't know, your ability to do what we need you to do. And as long as we're doing that, we are going to be fine. We're off to a strong start, obviously, this year. We made more money in 2023 than we made in 2022. So, we just want to make sure that we keep that up. We want to grow where possible, but we also are at a pretty decent sustained spot as well. If we just continue to be at the revenue that we are at right now, we'd be fine. Even if it was a little less, I think we'd be okay for sure. But we do want to grow. We're going to still push to grow and try to take advantage of growth opportunities that we have. That makes sense. They have to be within reason, within our line of ethics and in our direction that we want to go as a company. But we got the right guys here. And as long as we keep doing that, we're going to be all right. All right. We have... did I miss one? I think I missed one. No, I didn't. I got it. We're good. Speaking of, this is a good one here that I want to discuss real quick. This is some interesting news here. You may not know that recently Stellar Blade developer, which is Shift Up, went public. And they got a $320 million because of it. This is being covered right here by IGN. They go through some of this stuff. First day of trade after initial public offering. You're talking $320 million raised on its first day. They sold some shares themselves, $7.3 million in shares the Shift Up Corporation did. This always brings up an intriguing conversation when it comes to business, not business, business. Now, me personally, I'll never do it. But the standard is obviously, definitely if you're in America, as you grow, or if you do business in America, let's say a significant amount of your customer base may be there, whether you're an international company or not, it really doesn't matter. there are advantages that come with going public. And those advantages consist of, obviously the capital, as already kind of indicative here, that you're going to be able to get. There's the element of, I guess if you want to call it maybe your brand awareness, it really does help there. You're going to be able, if you want to scale your business up and you want to maybe start looking at maybe, I don't want to say purchasing competitors, but even buying out other companies, you start to be able to leverage, obviously, that capital. But there also is a take or give in this case. And that give is, and I ain't talking about like the legal stuff, all that SEC bull crap, though that's part of it. The other part, though, is now you're beholden to shareholders. Or massive company actions, massive company like decisions that you make are gonna have to go through boards, are gonna have to go through shareholders, are gonna have to be approved by them. And some people look at it like, well, that it's worth it. And that's where 99% of business, not business, businesses, they're going to do that. It's just so much money to leave on the table. And they're like, I'm living my lifelong dream, and now it's time for me to cash out. And if the company gets ran into the ground in the future, they feel like it's worth it. Maybe they get to live out even some more of their dreams because they're going to have access to capital that they wouldn't have had before. Now, me personally, Rippaverse will never do it. The reason being is because I don't like the idea of having to answer to other people like that aren't my customers. Whether we succeed, whether we fail, no matter whatever that looks like, I would rather that be on my own watch, and I understand that, yeah, Eric, you're missing out on quite literally millions, especially with a company like ours. In that short period of time, you made $10 million. It went public. You probably could make a lot more than that. Right off into the sunset, right? You still obviously be a part of the company, still be a part of making some major decisions, but, you'd be several millions of dollars richer. And you're right. But I don't think it's worth it. I would much rather, no matter how big this thing gets, be the sole owner of it 100%. The only people that we answer to are to our customers. And yeah, it means more of a slow, controlled growth. You hear me discuss this all the time. Rather have a slow and controlled growth. And what that means is that I'm going to be passing up on all sorts of deals. I've done it already. I told you, made that much money, probably turned down as many opportunities to make that as well. And it means that, we got all these aspirations. We have to rely on sales. We have to rely on those in order to get funding for that. We got to sell stuff. We got to rely on bringing in revenue. And that means that I can't be that ambitious, right? If I'd have went public, probably the movie is already ready to go. It's already in development at minimum, right? Video games, all that. We probably already are making those decisions. So it's going to be a lot more slow and a lot more controlled, but to me, I feel like it's worth it. It's going to maintain its integrity. It's going to be in line with what we need this to look like, not shareholders. And it's going to be in line with our ethics, company direction, standards. And to me, that is the way to do it. Now, am I knocking Shift Up for doing this? I already see videos and stuff coming out like, hey, man, this is it. They're done, son. Like, this is over with now that they've gone public. I'm not here to bash. I'm not here to tell other people how to run their business. I'm just telling you what I would do with my own business. Not interested. But other people, it's just so much money that you're leaving on the table if you don't do it. More so with development of future projects, ambition that you leave on the table if you don't go public, if you go the reverse route. And some people are not willing to leave that on the table at all, so they take it. It's an opportunity. As soon as they see some success like that, they're like, hey, we're going public. That's just not my thing. So we'll see what happens with Shift Up. I was a big fan of Stellar Blade. We'll see what happens. I can't make the call as far as if this is like the nail in the coffin for him. I have no idea. Only time is going to tell with that, man. So we'll see. But I did want to talk about that, especially on Rippaverse Day. All right. Go back here. Again, go to Rippaverse.com. Take advantage of the Rippaverse Day sale. You better. Luso American with 12 months says, hell, Rippaverse, amazing what you've accomplished. That's all thanks to the fans. That's all thanks to the supporters, baby. Dirty Jersey with a 2 says, what are your long-term plans for Ripper Sin? Great question. I would love for the Rippaverse, Ripper Sin to really be operating and be, kind of operating by itself. Obviously as a wing of Rippaverse Publishing. But I want it to be extremely successful. It is a different thing, though, because this is basically us. I love the business setup that we have with this because everything is kind of structured in a way where everybody has the incentive to see this project through. So yes, Ripper Sin has a lot of capabilities. And I talked about what makes us unique from other companies that definitely are in the line of publishing is that we also handle the distribution aspect. So what that means, and that's that, I'm not saying we're the only company that does that, but the other aspect as well is that top to bottom, we offer those services individually. So if you're somebody that just wants fulfillment, it doesn't need to be a book. You got, I don't care, keyboards that you sell and you just want someone to fulfill it, we'll do that for you, no problem. So we offer everything that we can do with our capabilities, we offer those individually, right? So that makes us unique, but long term, especially with the publishing element, I want that to be operating by itself, right? I want us to have obviously a stable of awesome creators that are doing their thing under Ripper Sin, that we obviously are helping see through, that we are obviously helping make sure that they get across the finish line. And the incentive is there for everybody because we don't make money unless the project makes money. So in order for us to make money, you got to make money. So that's the other part of it as well. I get it. There tends to be a lot of commie socialistic bullshit thinking when it comes to art. And that's stupid. A lot of people have done themselves in. They've gotten shit deals over it, all that good stuff because, well, it's about the art. It's like those don't need to be like completely, they are different. But business and art, you can prioritize both of them. The best do. You can have quality art that your fan base loves while also making a buck. So you can, continue to provide for the fans that bought your shit. So for me, I want to make sure that we're able to have a nice, long term for Ripper Sin, nice stable of creators that continues to grow, that they're able to create, make money off of their creations, and grow. Because I've said this before, it's not, hell, we said in our videos, yeah, there's going to be those that rock with us, kind of like Image has a couple of their individual creators that are always publishing through Image. We're going to have those guys, but there might be some that are we got a couple of projects that we do for them, and then they're like, all right, I think I understand everything. I'm going to start doing it on my own. No love lost. The goal is we treat every project individually, and my goal is to obviously amplified. We have a great customer base. We have a great infrastructure as well. So obviously the goal, working with us, definitely for the smaller creators, they're going to have more eyes on it and thus get more sales by working with us as opposed to doing it themselves. But that's only a part of it. That's only a fraction of it. Because it's funny, I was reading today on X, and I'm watching some of these independent creators struggle, right? On again, it always comes back to the delivery aspect. It always comes back to like the project management as well. And I'm seeing, like, unfortunately, projects not make it over the finish line because of that. And I don't like seeing that. And it's not just like, well, sometimes you don't know what you don't know, right? A lot of times, and I've talked about this in my, making money in comics videos. This is a lot of it. You don't know what you don't know, so you're in over your head and you don't really realize it until it's too late, right? You had all these aspirations, you had all these big ideas, and you wanted to do this thing, and you put your best foot forward. Like I said, you don't know what you don't know, but it ends up being an issue. Maybe it's you didn't charge enough. Maybe you didn't charge enough for shipping, or maybe you underestimated how much this was going to cost to get this printed, right? And so now you're in the negative to try to see this project through. I don't like seeing that, but it happens all the time. And I think that with Rippaverse, Rippasin under Rippaverse Publishing, one of the big things that we have to offer is that you guys have seen it. Like, we show you better than we can tell you. We got this shit figured out, right? And we're going to always improve, but we got it largely figured out. So especially those that aspire to maintain some level of independence, because you got to remember, with a lot of the Rippasin stuff, Achromatic Chronicles Green, we don't own Achromatic Chronicles. We don't own that series. We don't own that property. We don't own any of that. We're just a publisher. Right, so we wanted people to be able to do their thing independently, and get the projects over the finish line. It's not just about promo, bro. Like, that's only a fraction. That's the easier part of all of this. At that point, you got to get it printed, you got to get it delivered, you got to get it shipped, all that's good stuff, fulfilled. That's a whole another ball game, right? And that's where Rippaverse comes in, Rippasin comes in, and we say, you just create. We'll take it from there. You're going to be able to take advantage of our infrastructure. So shipping prices that you don't get access to. Obviously, we do a great job packing orders, making sure that it gets to the customer when we said it was going to get there, while also making sure that it arrives and it's not fucked up. There's going to be those times that it happens. I cannot stop, the UPS worker who decided to tap dance on a damn book. But we have nice sturdy boxes to try to, even if they do it, books should be in decent shape. But there may be an odd chance, and we make sure we resolve that, doing returns, all that good stuff. We do our thing. And that's what Rippasin is about. It's about offering that entire infrastructure. So everything, fulfillment, which is a big part about getting this thing over the finish line. Obviously, yes, there's going to be the incentive there to work with us because, well, we're Rippaverse. So, you're getting access to that entire network, and there's going to be those that are giving the time of day that otherwise wouldn't. So you're going to make more money off of that alone. But also with, like I said, you shipping it by yourself is a lot different from us shipping it, right? If we ship it, there's going to be a price associated with it that you're not going to have access to. So, yeah, it's a business, at the end of the day. We're there, we're going to make money. Like, we're there to make money, but that's the great thing about the setup is that, like I said earlier, the incentive is there for everybody. Because these projects, Achromatic Chronicles Green and Blue, for that matter, don't make money unless... We don't make money, unless the project itself make money. So the creator has to get paid in order for us to get paid. And that's the way that it should be as far as I'm concerned. So long term, we just want to make sure that we're doing it. And it's like operating on its own. It's a legitimate place where people are going to discover new works at rippasin.com. And it's not like obviously we do it for everybody. We do it for projects that make sense. We have a very thorough process of deciding what projects we will accept. When we just don't accept everything, we're honest with you guys. We'll tell you, like, hey, this makes sense for us. No, it does not make sense for us. And obviously we have it if it's similar to what Image does. It's like, hey, if you don't get a response in X amount of days, just consider it maybe rejected, or we're not going to do it, or we're only going to do what makes sense. We're not just going to take on any other project. We want to make sure, and we do all of our research. We're like, we know that we can make this pop, so we're going to do it. So that's my long-term goal. Appreciate that. Hot Dice with a 10 months said, we talking business? We are talking business. The Phoenix something with a 10 says, yo, Eric, I love to hear that I'm riding with you to the end. Ride or die. Please come to Motor City Comic Con. Will Ripper Sand be open to everyone, or all where you see quality? The latter, excuse me. It's not like an open thing. It's we couldn't possibly operate like that. Definitely with us handling fulfillment. If we were just hosting and that was it, maybe. But no, we're doing everything. So we offer everything. So we would not take on projects that we weren't going to see through. It's going to have our name on it, or tied to it. Damn it, we're going to make sure that it looks good, and everybody feels good about it. The creators feel good about it. We feel good about it. So it is going to be things that we see quality, but there's going to be those that gamble as well. Like it's, I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like everything's going to be some $1 million success. That's impossible. And there's going to be some that will take on. Maybe they're a diamond in the rough, crazy good artist or something. Nobody knows who the fuck they are. They just need somebody to, put their stamp on it and see it through all the way. Again, it's one thing to just simply co-sign something and say, hey, this exists. No, we're talking about, okay, this exists, and we're going to make sure that you get it and it arrives in the shape that you anticipate. That's how we operate, and it's about quality, obviously, considering that. So we're going to keep rocking. Wooly Jack Black with a 2 says, how many more books are coming out this year? It's hard to say. We got the Ripazine #2. We got, obviously, Gooden. We got Horseman. We have Bloodruth. Will one or two of these other projects that we have not announced come out? I don't know. We got Isom 3, which I'd like to get out by the end of the year. Isom 3 is a pretty big book. I'm trying to think of what else. Maybe some collections come out in between time as well. So, I just gave you fucking like 8 books, but I don't know if they're all coming out this year. But guaranteed at least, Gooding, Horseman, Bloodruth have already been announced. I would say expect that the Ripazine 2 will be up for pre-order soon enough as well. Just placed my order, brother, says Mr. Reese. Shout out to you. Smart man. We're going to the Rippaverse Day. I'm going to go there right now. Maybe taking advantage of the Rippaverse Day sale. Go to the Rippaverse Day collection. Take advantage of all these items that you may have missed out on that we don't sell in our store, like Isom 1, A and B, and it's signed, right? We also have the concept art book, both cards, some CGCs there. We got the collector's CGC there. The Ripazine, as well as Rippaverse Magazine #1 CGC, base version. Alpha Core CGCs. You got Isom cover C. We got Isom 2 signature series. All of these are available to you. Make sure you go grab that, and we get 30% off. Not of these items, not the collection items or the items in Gooding, but there's a lot of items that are in the store that if you use promo code Rippaverse Day, one word, you can take advantage of 30% off. I see someone in the chat said they got their hoodie, that Rippaverse hoodie, that lovely Rippaverse hoodie. You can get that bad boy for, let's look at some of the items that you maybe get 30% off on, right? Some of the books, there's only certain covers of the books, though, that obviously, like some of the mass print covers, you'll be able to get 30% off of the older stuff. But we got posters, man. We have shirts that you get 30% off. The Rippaverse hoodie. The Rippaverse hoodie, you get to grab that for 30% off. We got the sweatshirt. We got Oh, look at all these lovely shirts that we have that you get 30% off of if you use promo code Rippaverse Day. Make sure you grab that because, yeah, we don't do this often. Posters, 34 or 24 by 36 posters. Books, some books, shirts. Just go take advantage of that. Use promo code Rippaverse Day at checkout. We're going to make sure you get set up, baby. We got Enrico with a 10. Says, I love to see and hear a special EP musically and alternating, half and half. Ripper raps, hip hop, other half backwards metal rock with Bryson G in a gospel Christian centric EP. Interesting. Well, there's going to be more music on the way with backwards. You're going to get some more of that stuff. Ripper's rap stuff. That's maybe. We'll see. Not against it. Let's just say that. Not against it at all. Thank you. Appreciate you, homie. Said he got a Blood Root shirt in your order. There you go. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Sent an email weeks ago about Retropalooza in Fort Worth. Not sure if you saw it, but I think you would make great guests. When is that? I know we're going through communications. I know right now, definitely with us returning from Denver Comic-Con. Denver Fan Expo. Enrico with another 10 says, in the vein of many metal rock legends that do and did Christ themes projects, Bryson G said he's willing to do such a project with you, big dog. I already told you I'm willing to collaborate with Bryson. I'm game for that. I know he's game too. It's just a matter of us doing it. Oh, Retro Expo is this weekend? Oh shit, we couldn't possibly pull that off. Even with it being in our own town. Definitely with us just getting back. Alpha Core tank tops win. Yeah, man, we're going to put out a summer line, maybe sometime, hopefully early August. We'll put those up for pre-order, get those and start getting those out. We're working on that. We got a short box that we're working on as well. That's actually, Caden's already started on some of that artwork for that. You're going to really love that. So another short box. So we do treat our short boxes like collectors, short boxes. So get those because you see we sold out. We ain't got them. We ain't putting those up. We don't even have them to sell out, like put up for sale. The shits is gone. We got like a few of them laying around the warehouse, but that's about it. Yeah, Kaden says he's on it as he speaks. Yep. So he's working on that. So we have we have that. We have what else? We've got the summer line. I do want to do also not maybe the Rippaverse hat that I wear all the time, but I do want to do like a cool like hat line collection or some shit as well. Snag CGC, but it says Sizzling. The code does not work with the CGC copies. It doesn't work for anything in the collection. It's only select items. There are some books that are available. They're not CGCs. Those are not eligible, for 30% off. But like shirts and all that stuff, there's some books, there's some covers that are like mass print copies of some of the covers that we put out are available for 30% off, but not the CGC copies or anything in the Gooding collection or the Rippaverse Day collection, because those are like, rare items. And yeah. So go take advantage of that. Rippaverse.com. You want to go grab that. Okay. This was going to be a short stream. I got to bounce. I got a hot date with the wife. I'm not even joking actually about that. And then I got to come back and work. We're going to finish this Rippaverse Day strong. So go to Rippaverse.com. Go to if you see it on the homepage, it's pinned on the comment section. It's in the description. It's all that good stuff. You can find it. Go to the Rippaverse Day collection. You only got like 9 hours left before this damn thing closes down, like for good. There's no Hey, man, it's Friday at 3 p.m. I wasn't able to take advantage, man. No, ain't gonna be none of that. So get your items right now at Rippaverse.com. Take advantage of your items. They're rare. You have time. You only can get these at cons because we simply don't have that many of them. So be sure to go purchase those right now at Rippaverse.com/Rippaverse-Day. Store items, though, 30% off. Select items. Grab those as well. Use promo code Rippaverse-Day. One word. All right, guys, I got to bounce. We'll see you later. Until next time, y'all be easy. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you so much for the support. But I got to bounce, man. Much love to you. Thank you so much for the 2 years of love and support and being a customer, because you don't have to do that. We recognize that, and that's why we work so hard for you guys. Keep giving you a universe to get lost in, baby. All right, bros. I got to go, though. Peace out, man. Enjoy the rest of your day.